Hey, okay. So today we are looking at condition. Condition. Okay. So what is a condition? What is a condition? We are saying a condition is something or a situation which must exist for something else to be possible or permitted. A situation which must exist. Take note of the word must. That means it should just exist. It must exist. Whether I like it or not, it should exist for something else to be possible or to be permitted. For another thing to happen, this situation must exist. That is what we call what? A condition. That is a condition. For example, if Chancellor comes, we will go to the holiday. If Chancellor comes, we will go to the holiday. Look at the condition here. We have the condition that Chancellor should come for these people to go to the holiday. Chancellor should come because of the word what? If. So the word if is used to express condition. The word if is used to express condition. Take note of this. The same sentence is correct when you say we will go to the holiday if Chancellor comes. What am I talking about here? This means you can also start with the thing to be permitted, then the condition at last. We will go to the holiday. That is the thing we want to be permitted or to be possible if Chancellor comes. So the condition can come at the end or at the beginning of the sentence. These are conditional sentences. As I said earlier, the word if is used to show condition. You use what? If. If you go, you will find him. If you come, we will go. If you do this, that if is expressing what should happen before that thing is permitted or is possible. Sentences of condition have two parts. According to what you have been observing here, the sentences of condition have two parts. These two parts are called the if clause and the main clause. We have the if clause and the main clause. Very good. So, we would like to know what these parts are. The first part, which shows the condition, the part with the condition, the part with the thing that must be possible or that must exist, is what we call the if clause. The part with a situation which must exist is what we call the if clause. Is the if clause. Then the second part that shows the action to be done, the situation, or that's something we've been talking about here. There's something else to be possible, permitted. Now, the part that shows that is what we call the main clause. The main clause. So we have the if clause and the main clause. In the if clause, we find the condition. In the main clause, we find the thing or the action that is eagerly to be possible or permitted for it to happen. Are we together there? Let me demonstrate this in form of a diagram. If Mwamba comes, we will go to the village. If Mwamba comes, we will go to the village. Always take note of this word. if. The if is the word that is used to show condition. So the condition here is that Mwamba should come. So if Mwamba comes, we will go to the village. So this statement here, if Mwamba comes, is the if clause. And this one, with the thing to be possible or to happen, is what we call the main clause. It's the main clause. Punctuations for condition. Look at this. This is what? A comma. If you begin with the condition, you should put a comma before you connect to the main clause. If you start with the main clause, then you should not put a comma inside your sentence. Instead, a full stop at the end. If you write this sentence without this comma, then it will be marked wrong. Not even a half mark for you, but wrong. That is how it is about conditional sentences. If clause, main clause. Very good. We've got types of conditioning. We have the types of condition. There are three main types of condition. Three. The first one is probable, improbable, and impossible condition. Probable, improbable, and impossible condition. Let us discuss these three types of condition one by one. We start with the probable condition, which is also known as the likely condition. The likely condition. What is this kind of condition? It's the one that shows actions, or this condition that is in the likely or in the probable condition is likely to happen. The condition is likely to happen. There is a possibility that it can take place. So, for all the three types of condition, there are patterns. I want you to take this like mathematics, because we have got formulas for this one, this one, this one. We have got formulas for all the three types of condition. So make sure you master the pattern. Do not confuse them. Once you miss the pattern, everything will be wrong. Do not rewrite sentences according to how you feel like it is sounding correct. No, it should not sound correct to you, but it should sound correct to the standards of English and their principles. So we've got the pattern for the unlikely condition. The pattern is that in the if clause, which is the first part, or the part with the condition of the probable condition, we should have the word if and present simple. Present simple. What is present simple tense? Write this one. Present simple tense expresses actions that take place most of the time. Actions that take place most of the time. And present simple tense is made by adding s to the words or to the verbs. For example, when we say work, when a person does this for most of the times, then we add the letter s to the work, and then it becomes works. So she works every day. She works at an hotel. She works at a hospital. Go. For the go, we'll add es, and it will form goes. So she goes to school. Come. Come will add s, and it will become what? Comes. She comes early. So these are the verbs we are expected to put in the if clause of the likely or the probable condition after the word if. After the word if. In the main clause, we have simple future expressed by will. Expressed by will. Let us look at a practical example and see what is being talked about here. The example number 1. If Mwamba goes to church, he will find his teacher. If Mwamba goes to church, he will find his teacher. Look at this. The if is there. That's the pattern. The present simple showing repetition of the action is here. Goes. So the goes is the present simple. This one here. The goes. Present simple. What will happen if this person goes to church? He will. The will is the simple future. He will find his teacher. So there is a possibility that Mwaba can go to church. Because we are saying if Mwaba goes to church, he will find his teacher. So there is a possibility that Mwaba can go to church and find the teacher. That is about the what? That is about the likely condition. We look at the second example. If Stephen asks his mother, she will give him the money. Full stop. If Stephen asks, look at this. This is the what? The present simple tense. Asks. So always when dealing with the likely condition or the probable condition, you should put the present simple tense here. So if Stephen asks his mother, she will give him the money. The will is the simple future. Done. Do not change anything apart from this. Just the verb here and the tense. That's all. This verb should change, should go to present simple. Here you should put will. That's all. Do not put you are given. No. Just put words according to the pattern. Stick to the pattern. Note that you can also start with the main clause to write a condition, as I said at the beginning of the video. In this case, you don't put a comma in a sentence. So we can also begin with the what? The main clause. For example, for the first example that we did have, we can say Mwaba will find his teacher if he goes to church. Mwaba will find his teacher if he goes to church. So in this one, you are not expected or required to put a comma. Do not put a comma when you start with the what? The main clause. It is not even sounding to pause here. Mwaba will find this teacher if he goes to church. What if he goes to school or to church? It's not sounding to pause. It's not pausing. But if we say if Mwaba goes to school, it's pausing. He will find his teacher. It's pausing itself. It's showing that you should put a comma there. That is about the probable or the likely condition. We got to the second one, which is the unlikely or improbable condition. The unlikely or improbable condition. What is this type of condition? It shows actions which are unlikely to happen. The actions or the situation shown under the likely condition are unlikely to happen. We also have the pattern here. So as I said, we've got patterns for each of the conditions. So make sure you memorize the pattern, you master them. So here we've got the pattern for the unlikely condition. In the if clause of the unlikely condition, we have if. So the if does not remain because it's the condition word. It's the one that shows the condition. So it does not remain, students. So we have the if plus past simple. The if plus past simple. What is past simple? This is very simple, this name. It shows actions that took place in the past. For example, work, you add ed, we add ed, and it will be what? Worked. He worked very hard. So this one is showing that the action took place in the past. Some words change even in the way we spell them. For example, go. Go, when we take it into past, it will be went. 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 So these are the words you must put in the if clause of the unlikely or the improbable condition. If plus past simple. What do we have in the main clause? The word would. The will changes to would here. Would plus the verb. The verb should be in its positive form. It should be in its positive form. Go, work, find. So for the unlikely condition, the verb should be in positive in the main clause. Here it should be in the past simple, but in the main clause it should be in its positive neutral. Let us look at an example and see what is explained here. If Mwaba went to church, he would find his teacher. Now, remember how it was in the probable condition. It was like, if Mwaba goes to church, he will find his teacher. If Mwaba goes to church, he will find his teacher. We have changed the tenses here. The tense here has changed from go to what? Went. Because we are dealing with past simple in the if clause. We are dealing with the past simple. So if Mwaba went to church, what do we have in the main clause of the improbable condition? It's the word would first. Just after the pronoun or the noun, you should have the what? The would. Would plus the verb. The verb is what? Find. In its positive form. Not in past, not in future, not in present, but in its positive form. He would find his teacher. Done. If Mwaba went to church, he would find his teacher. Just the verb here, would, and the verb in positive. Just so. Done. If Stephen asked his mother, she would give him the money. The ask has changed to what? Asked, because we are dealing with the past simple. So if Stephen asked his mother, there is would plus verb. So she would give him the money. In its positive form. In its what? Positive form. So if Stephen asked his mother, she would give him the money. Done. That's the unlikely or the improbable condition. Let us look at some of the questions now. This is how the questions come. If Chondwe, they'll put a verb here. So you are required to change the verb in brackets. We're supposed to put the instructions here. So you're required to supply the suitable tenses for the verbs in brackets. How do you handle these questions? You look at the two clauses, you look at them carefully and study them. Then you say, oh, which one is complete? Is it the if clause or the main clause? Okay, the if clause is not complete because the word in brackets has to be changed. That means the main clause is complete. Then you look at what is in the main clause. Okay, we will go. Okay, we will. There is will here. Which condition deals with will? Probably is the what? The probable condition. The probable or the likely condition. The probable or the likely condition. Then after you're done, oh, it's the likely condition. Then go to the pattern. How is the pattern for the likely condition? So you remember to say, okay, according to the perfect tutor, here he said the pattern is that in the if clause there should be the word if plus present simple. Present what? Simple. There should be if plus present simple. Then that's the one that has what? Will in the main clause. Okay. So I'm required to change this word to present simple. Done. So you can pause the video, try to answer this, and then check for the questions in the next slide. Or sorry, for the answers in the next slide. Question 2. If the students pass, they to be awarded. So B here, how is it going to change? Remember, for the present simple, we add the word s, or sorry, not the word, the letter s to the verbs when we want to express it in present simple. That is when you are dealing with singular nouns. Singular. Just one thing. For example, if Mwamba comes. But if you're talking about plural, you don't add the word s. You do not add the word s. Sorry, the letter s. You don't add the letter s. So here, these are students. So you cannot say if the students passes. No. If the students passes, wrong. So we just say if the students pass. This is in present simple. They. So this is also the what? Now we look at, oh, here the if clause is complete. There is the present simple. Oh, the one that deals with the present simple is the what? Oh, it's the probable condition. What is there in the main clause? There should be the word what? Will. Simple. You come to question 3. If we to go to the game park, we would see the lion. Okay, this one is not complete. Let me go to the main clause. The main clause is complete. There is would plus the verb in its positive form. Would plus C. Which condition deals with this? Would plus C in the main clause is the improbable condition. Okay, it's the improbable condition. What's the pattern? The pattern is that in the if clause there should be the word if plus past simple. If plus past simple. Then in the main clause we have would plus what? Verb. Would plus a verb. That's why there is would plus verb here. Okay, so if is there, then this verb should change to past simple. Done. Question 4. If Mamba asked Charity, she will, the will in brackets, that means it's wrong. Marry him. So here it's double R, not double Y. Marry him. So look at this. Which one is complete here? It's the if clause. You look at the if clause. Or the if clause has which word? Is the what? The asked. Okay. So the tense here they have put the past simple. Which condition deals with the past simple in the if clause? Oh, according to the perfect tutor, simple. It's the improbable condition. The improbable condition. What do we have in the main clause? Or in the main clause, we should have would plus the verb. Okay. So this one should change to would. Simple. Simple, students. Very simple. English is very simple. The problem is that we always want to pronounce it correctly according to what we think or how we feel like, okay, this is sounding correct to me. Instead of you saying, if Mwamba asked Charity, she would marry him, you will put, if Mwamba asked Charity, she would have married him. Where are you getting the have? So stick to the what? The pattern. Please, I emphasize, stick to the pattern always. You will never go wrong. You will never go wrong. So we have the impossible condition. Now, I do not want to confuse you, my students. I don't want to confuse you because these things confuse sometimes if you mix them. The impossible condition will be taught in part 2 of the video because I'll be sending 2 videos a week. So the part 2 will contain the impossible condition as well as other condition words that are used. So for now, we'll just do the probable and the improbable so that you don't get confused, because especially the improbable and the impossible they can confuse you. Okay, so you can pause the video, try to answer these questions, and then check for the answers in the next slide. These are the expected answers. For you to answer the questions well, you must consider the pattern of the condition and the word used in one of the clauses. The word used in one of the clauses, like we were doing in the previous slide. So, if Chandra comes, we will go to the cinema. If Chandra comes, we will go to the cinema. Look at this. This is the question. If Chondwe to come, we will go to the cinema. So, okay, there is will here. So that means here it should be present simple according to the pattern. Okay, that's why we are saying if Chondwe comes, we will go to the cinema. So you are only expected or required to change this tense here. Comes. Question 2. If the students pass, they will be awarded. Simple. You just change the what? Goes to will. You just add the word will. This is probable condition. If it was like this. If we to go to the game park, we would see the lion. So we said, oh, there is would and the word see, the verb. So this is improbable condition. In the if clause, we should have the past simple. That's all. So you change the go to past. It's what? Went. So if we went to the game park, we would see the lion. We would see the lion. If Mwamba asked Charity, she would marry him, because there is the past simple here. That means here in the main clause we should have the word would plus the verb, which is marry. Simple as drinking water. Simple as it is. Just stick to the pattern and you will never go wrong. Just stick to the pattern.